I just saw that England got beat by Iceland. So I'm going to give you my feedback on this. And again, I know not all of you speak numbers. I personally thought England were going to win like 99% of the world. But they just get beaten by Iceland at Wembley. And it was their last game before they take on Serbia at the Euros. So I try and help you in as many ways as I can for you to see the illusion of this world, the deception of this world, the distraction of this world, the black magic, the idolatry, the Satanism. And sometimes you don't need the numbers to do that. So yesterday, USA, they beat Pakistan in the Cricket World Cup. Pakistan are one of the best teams in the world, all right, when it comes to cricket. And the US, they play baseball, not cricket. So that was outrageous. That was all about Bin Laden. But today, Iceland. Remember Iceland beat England at Euro 2016? They just beat them again. Now, what do Uzbekistan, the United Arab Emirates, Cape Verde and Jordan all have in common? They're all above Iceland in the FIFA World Rankings. England just got beat at home by a team that are below Uzbekistan, United Arab Emirates, Cape Verde and Jordan in the FIFA rankings. Right? I am so blessed at this point that I no longer follow this black magic. I was a big England fan. I would have watched that game. From what I've heard, it was a joke. England, the favourites for Euro 2024, which makes no sense, had one shot on target at home against Iceland. All right? One shot on target. So England are the favourites, the outright favourites to win the Euros at 3-1. That means they are regarded currently as the best team in the whole of Europe. And today they played one of their strongest lineups. All right? It's not like they played their under-21s, okay? They played one of their strongest lineups. They started with Kane, they started with Foden, Declan Rice, Kyle Walker, John Stones, and they had one shot on target. Can't be taking this seriously at this point, guys. You can't be taking this seriously. You can't keep denying what I'm saying because I'm not perfect. You have to start seeing this. All right? Defensively, England looked all at sea against a side which is ranked 72nd in the world. England are 4th. They're coming into the Euros 4th. All right? I always talk about England and 4 and the 4 horsemen, and the UK Darling Code is +44. They hosted the 16th edition of the Euros, 4 times 4. The Queen had 4 children. The United Kingdom's made up of 4 nations. Her Platinum Jubilee was 4 days. Now England, they're coming into this Euros 4th, and they actually dropped. They actually dropped because of this game. Look, they had to be 4th. The Red Devils, Belgium, overtook them. Now France come into this, the second best team in the world, and they just lost the World Cup final to Argentina, who were the first ranked. Why are England favourites ahead of France? Why are England the favourites ahead of France? France are ranked 2nd in the world. England 4th. France knocked England out of the recent World Cup. France got to the final. Why on earth are England favourites ahead of them? In regards to who wins it, at this point, I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on England getting beat by Iceland. I keep talking to you about Son with Jesus, the Son of God. Look at Finland's team. Pretty much all the players end with Son. I'm not saying I'm on England whatsoever. But look at this. Let's look at some of the teams above them, right? Qatar. All right. Mali, Panama, Canada, Costa Rica, Saudi Arabia, Jamaica, Iraq, all right, South Africa, Burkina Faso, Finland, who England just beat 3-0, didn't they? Uzbekistan, Cabo Verde, United Arab Emirates, guys, North Macedonia, Jordan, and there comes Iceland. There comes Iceland. 72nd. 72nd ranked team. Just beat the 4th ranked. Away from home. Alright. Foden's a treble winner. Kyle Walker's a treble winner. John Stones is a treble winner. Alright. Declan Rice signed for Arsenal for 105 million. Harry Kane was the leading goal scorer in the Bundesliga. But they couldn't beat Iceland. They couldn't score against Iceland. It's not even the fact that they couldn't beat them. Alright, they couldn't score. And they didn't go down to 10 men. Now, the winning goal was scored by this guy. Alright. Born November the 26th, 1998 in Iceland. He's now playing in Belgium. Plays in Belgium. Right? And his team finished 12th out of 16. They finished 12th. Interesting, 7 wins, 8 draws, and the World Cup begins... No, sorry, the Euros begins on Donald Trump's 78th birthday. But if you look at this team, look where they play. Their owner is King Power. They play at the King Power Stadium. Alright, King. They've just gone to England and defeated them. England have King Charles. Like, give me a break, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, this particular player didn't have Son in his name, but if you look here, oh, he did have Son in his name, he did, look. Every one of them, Son. I keep talking about the Son of God. I told you about Tottenham with Son, the captain. Richarlison. Alright, I gave you all of those Sons. Maddison. Notice Maddison just got dropped right before England lost to Iceland, where literally all the players end with Son. Alright? Come on. Number 9. So, it's just ridiculous. Honestly. And this team that he plays for, they were founded 22 years ago. And the book of Revelation, guys, has 22 chapters. Belgium, their nickname's the Red Devils. And like I said, they just overtook England in the world rankings. Alright. So I don't know where they get these world rankings from, to be honest with you. It's like USA are 11th. So what do you think, guys? You think this is still genuine? That I'm just reaching? I don't need numbers anymore for USA to beat Pakistan in the cricket, or when Germany won the Basketball World Cup, or the fact England just got beat by Iceland. I don't need the code like I used to need it. Look at these fake celebrations. Look at his rainbow armband for Pride Month. Guys, stop worshipping these players. I saw Foden recently in an interview wearing makeup and lipstick. These are the people your kids are looking up to. Alright? These are the kids. These are the players your kids are looking up to. And a lot of you, probably still. So, let's read what it says. Woeful England lost their first warm-up game ahead of a tournament for the first time since 1968. How many more 68s do you want? You got the Stanley Cup beginning tomorrow on 6-8. As Minnows Iceland left Wembley with a deserved 1-0 win. This is what's important here, guys. They didn't scrape a win. England didn't go down to 9 men. England didn't dominate them and Iceland's goalkeeper had the game of his life. Iceland deserved to win. Okay? The Three Lions were soundly beaten by the Minnows, who finished 4th in their qualifying group for the finals, another 4. Yet looked the more potent throughout England's final warm-up game and could have won by more. They caught the hosts out with their first attack of the game when John Degar Thorstensson was played over the halfway line and turned John Stones before beating Aaron Ramsdale too easily at his near post. Ramsdale was born on the anniversary of Israel declaring its independence. Alright? Harry Kane squandered a glorious first half chance when he blazed Cole Palmer's delicate crossover from 6 yards. This is one of the best strikers in the world, missing from 6 yards. But England created few other clear-cut chances of note, while John Stones was withdrawn at the interval, having fallen awkwardly early on. John Stones is injured all season. Why is he going to the Euros? Alright? He's in and out of Man City's team all season because he's injured. Alright? He starts in this game, he gets injured. No doubt he'll end up starting in the opener and probably get injured. Instead, Thorstensson wasted an even better opportunity to double Iceland's lead after the break when he mistimed a free effort from Hakon Arnar Haraldsson's square ball as England were cut through with increasing ease. Again, this is the favourites for the Euros. Boos greeted the final whistle as England's hopes of ending their preparations on a high turned into a damp squib, with concerns the Three Lions must put in an unrecognisable performance when they face Serbia in Gelsenkirchen in 9 days' time. Alright? So they're going to be playing Serbia in 9 days and they just got beat by a goal scored by number 9. Now, you guys all know that if England destroys Serbia, you ain't going to say anything, are you? Can I get a woo in the chat? You ain't going to say anything. You're going to forget that they got beat. Alright? You're going to say England stepped up when they needed to. You're going to say the game against Iceland was a friendly. England fans are going to forget that they got beat here. Even the ones that paid the £70 to go watch that nonsense. Okay? Stop worshipping footballers. Alright? It's not real, guys. It's not what you think it is. Yeah, like you said, an elite striker, one of the best in the world, missing from 6 yards. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, Dancy. If you're a grown adult, boo, boo, boo. Alright? You're going to be cheering them in 9 days. It's pathetic. Yeah, exactly. When Saudi Arabia beat Argentina, that was forgotten about because they won the World Cup. You should never, ever forget Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. And then Argentina won the World Cup in the same tournament. You should never, ever forget that. Can I get a woo in the chat? It's hard. I'm doing this on my phone. Don't ever forget that Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia and won the World Cup. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Because that's what people conveniently do. They'll just say, yeah, but at the end of the day, they won it, didn't they? They got beat by Saudi Arabia. That can't happen if this is real. And in Qatar, yeah, in the Middle East. And who's playing in Saudi Arabia? Ronaldo? Messi's biggest rival is in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. Come on, man. Yeah, that's a great. Put that on a t-shirt. Woo! Not boo. Boo! Boo! That was so bad. And then put your England shirt on in 9 days with your beer in your hand. We love you, England. We do. Oh, England, I think we're going to do it, lads. I think we're going to do it. And then what? Lose to Denmark and hate them again? It's pathetic. And I can say that because I was that guy. I was that guy. Okay? 1 minute, Southgate's a legend. Next minute, get him out. 1 minute, Harry Kane's the best striker in the world. Next minute is not good enough. Okay? The amount of people justifying Maguire. To be fair, he does a solid job for England. He might struggle for United, but he does a solid job for England. And then Southgate said, I pick players from their club form. So why did he pick Maguire when he was the worst central defender in the league for about a year? Why did Southgate say, I pick people from their club form and then select Maguire, who was having an absolute nightmare? Not for like a few weeks, for at least a year. If football wasn't scripted, you'd be a pro. Well, talent-wise, yeah. Absolutely. Hey, impetus. Yeah. Talent-wise, absolutely. You just watched England, the best players in England. Really? Is that the best we've got? Are you serious? That's the best we've got? Embarrassing. And when you take into account that the economy is absolutely crumbling, yet these players are getting hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, that's what we're told. Stop supporting this. These players wouldn't get that money if you didn't keep paying for Sky Sports, merchandise, and filling the stadiums. Can I get an amen? I've seen your football videos. You've got real skills, Adam. Thank you. I ain't just a guy who's got skills, though. All right, I can play football. There's a lot of people that have skills. Do you know what I mean? Loads of them. These freestylers, put them in a game, they're shit. I can play in a game. I know the game. I can do tricks. The fact is, half the tricks that I did, I ain't going to do in a game. What my dad always told me was this, and it helped me a lot. One pass can take out a whole team. Can I get a woo in the chat? Chris, you'll give me one for that. My dad said, you got all this ability, Adam, you beat all these players, it's great, all right? But he said, one pass can take out a whole team. You've got to work on your passing. And once I added that to my game, I could split defenders, split centre-halves with a pass. I didn't have to run around 5 of them. The amount of times I went around 5 defenders and the 6th defender got me as well. Looking back, I can see why coaches and players occasionally got irritated with me. It's like, you got all that ability, now release it. But again, I always seem to just listen to my dad. When he told me, I was like, okay, Dad, I'll start passing more. But I used to say, people only say that because they can't do what I do. They can't beat a player, so they're just telling me not to do it. I said if they could do it, they would try. But again, that's my ego. I've come to terms with that. That's my ego. So again, I hope if England win the Euros, you don't forget this. All right, and who knows what Southgate said in his post-match interview, because I really don't care. How did he even become the coach? All right, what did he ever do to earn that right? Why did Southgate become the coach? Do you think this was England's embarrassment ritual? I don't know. It's embarrassing. Personally, I'm not quite sure why they lost. From all the numbers I saw, to be fair, I didn't really look into Iceland. But this is just a farce, to be honest with you. The goalkeeper's the most important position. It's a striker. It's the player that scores goals. That's why they're the highest paid. If you don't score, you don't win. All right, unless it goes to a penalty shootout. But for me, your most important player is your striker. You might say it's the goalkeeper. Again, that's up for debate. But like I said, if you look at Ballon d'Or winners, they're all pretty much attacking. Next to none of them are goalkeepers. Has a goalkeeper ever won the Ballon d'Or? I know it's all corrupt. I know a few, I think Cannavaro won the Ballon d'Or as a defender, but pretty much it's offensive players that win it. Like your Messi's and Ronaldo's and Kaká and players like Zidane's. Your attacking players, that's just, maybe one's won it. But again, things like that are just up for debate. What's the most important position? You need a strong team, don't you? So yeah, if you're an England fan and you're still genuine and you're still loving all of this, please have a word with yourself. Is all I'm going to say. And I mean that from like a nice place. Just have a little word with yourself. And I hope if England win the Euros, you don't get all excited. All right, and get all happy about it. Why? What do you actually gain from it? All right, it's the same nonsense all the time. So often England get massively built up and let down the nation. All right? This is what Southgate said. All right, this is what Southgate said. It was obviously a disjointed and disappointing performance and we didn't show enough character. But is this a movie set? But I think it's good for us before an international tournament. How? How is it good to get beat by Iceland? How is he turning that into a positive? Guys, can you do me a favour and hit the like button, please? My throat, I didn't want to do this. I'm just so shocked that they lost. He's finding positives in this. All right? We didn't show enough character. So why... This is the team favourite to win the Euros. And they don't have character, which is one of the most important qualities of a successful team and person. All right, to have that desire, that winning mentality. All right, I know this just from me playing and coaching. You got to have that character if it was genuine. I think we've got to be better without the ball. And obviously with the ball, Gareth, you didn't score. You had one shot. You had one shot on target and you're telling us we need to be better without the ball. I think that there were a lot of reasons for that. And across the two games, we probably haven't had our full side out across any two games. Guys, England under 21s. Can I get a woo? England under 21s should beat Iceland. I think England under 18s should compete with them. If it's all genuine. If we're one of the best nations. All right? The best coaches. The best training facilities. So he's saying we didn't have our full team out. Guys, they're full of Premier League players. All right? It's not like they played a League One team. They've got Ramsdale, Arsenal keeper. All right? Kyle Walker, Man City captain, recent treble winner, Premier League winner. John Stones, recent treble winner. Some reason they have that Palace centre half. All right? Trippier, Atletico Madrid. That Kobe was saying that is a revelation for Man United. Declan Rice, Arsenal's most expensive signing. Cole Palmer, unbelievable. No, he's not. Can I get a woo? No, he ain't. And he never looks happy. He scored his debut goal. He didn't even smile. He just does that silly Osiris, all right, pose, the X. Not even smiling. His whole dream's to play for England. He gets his debut goal and he doesn't even smile. Do you believe that? Do you think that's genuine? Phil Foden, Player of the Year in the Premier League. Gordon had a great season with Newcastle. Harry Kane, one of the best strikers in the world. But Gareth Southgate's blaming the lineup, which he picked. It couldn't have been much stronger. I would say the only player maybe, okay, Trent Alexander-Arnold you would start. Other than that, maybe Saka, who I don't rate whatsoever. Guys, I'll tell you something. Doing this stream on my phone is irritating. I get hundreds of messages. I wish people leave me alone sometimes with WhatsApp. I'm trying to do this and WhatsApp message, WhatsApp message, WhatsApp message. The fact is, if you look at this bench for England, all right, who would have started? Maybe Pickford, who's awful. Saka maybe, Trent, and then who else? Quansah wouldn't have started, Trafford wouldn't have, Bowen wouldn't have, Watkins wouldn't have, Wharton would have, Gomez wouldn't, Tony wouldn't, Konsa wouldn't, Eze wouldn't, Conor Gallagher wouldn't. So what you on about, Gareth? You basically played your strongest team. Okay, you basically played your strongest team and you're making excuses. I've been involved in a lot of last matches leading into a tournament. Inevitably, players have one eye on what's coming in terms of early challenges. No excuses on the result, but there are a lot of things we can put away quickly. Wait. No excuses on the result. He's just given. He's just given excuses. Why is he saying there's no excuses? See how they contradict themselves? He said they didn't have a full side. Yet there's no excuses. This is what Declan Rice said. Number 4, speaking to Channel 4. Do you know Declan Rice was born exactly 4 days? Exactly 4 days after Mason Mount, his best friend, and they came through the Chelsea Academy together? Do you know? Alright? Do you guys know that this guy, Wharton, alright, Crystal Palace, do you know that he was born exactly 4 years after Conor Gallagher? Do you know this Wharton made 44 appearances for Blackburn, scoring 4 goals? And then he made 16 appearances for Palace. The square root of 16 is 4. And he gets called up to England. Can somebody please explain that? Scotland were 2-0 up and drew 2-2. Germany had to win in the 89th minute, the host nation. You can't really believe this, guys, can you? You can't really believe this anymore, can you? So, you want to see what Declan Rice said? Very frustrating to have that much of the ball. By the way, guys, just so you know, if you want another 68, your boy Illusion will give you another 68. Look at the percent in regards to possession. Again, possession's another example of black magic. Alright, 68%, 13 shots, 1 on target. Literally, Iceland had 4 shots on target. England had 1. So let's see what this muppet, Declan Rice, is saying, who is beyond bang average. Oh wow, Declan Rice played a 5-yard pass. Unbelievable from Declan. Wow, Declan Rice won a tackle as a defensive midfielder. World class. Oh wow, Declan Rice ran 8 miles in that game. Wow, what an engine. I can run 8 miles with my eyes closed. Well, maybe not with my eyes closed. These commentators big up these players. Declan Rice is bang average. You can put a silly price tag on him, which was all coded. 105 million, 14th triangular number, born the 14th day of the year, signs for Arsenal whilst they're on 14 FA Cups. Okay, the greatest ever player is number 14, Thierry Henry. He didn't go for 105 million. Can these people stop messaging me? Wow. So he said, very frustrating to have that much of the ball with a couple of clear-cut chances and get beaten 1-0 at home just before the Euros isn't ideal, even though Southgate said it's actually a good thing. Declan Rice is saying it's not. But I'm going to take the positives from it as well. There was a lot of positive performances tonight. What? I'm starting to think these footballers are actually dumb as well. Like, genuinely. So there was a lot of positive performances, even though they got beat by 72nd rank Iceland at home. I felt we played with a good tempo. Guys, I didn't watch this. You have to be joking. I think we played with a good tempo. Always tried to play forward. This is the guy who loves to play sideways. Be more attacking. Be more a threat. So, from what I've read, Iceland were the biggest threat. He's saying that England were. So again, this is a guy who supposedly knows the game inside out. He's one of the best midfielders in the world. In the end, it becomes a frustration game. You're chasing your tail a little bit. You can likely get caught on the counter-attack. That's where we have to be a little bit more savvy. This is guys that have been playing in the Premier League for many years. They've got to be a bit more savvy. This is a team that got to the final of Euro 2020. They've got a bit... Oh my word, this guy's irritating me who's texting me. Sorry, guys. It's not you, Durrell. It's Nathan. He's one of those guys that sends you 50 messages at a time instead of putting it all in one. He's the type of guy that'll say, hi. Next message. How's it going? Next message. Hope you're well. It's like, can't you put that all in one message? And Durrell, I'm using the phone for the stream, so I can't. I'll look at it after, brother. God bless you. So, what else is he saying? Declan Rice. It's not ideal that we lost, but there are also some good learning curves from tonight that we can build on as a team. Maybe against the teams that sit in like that, it's about being a bit more mentally switched on. Guys, this is England internationals, best players in the world, favourites for the Euros, but they need to be a bit more switched on. I felt at times tonight we were a bit exposed with our press. A little bit stretched and not as compact as we usually are. No, you lost because you was coded to lose. But these are good things to look back on. We're going to learn from it tonight. Now I'm speaking, but inside I'm hurting. No, you're not, Declan. No, you're not hurting. Between now and the next game, there is work to be done, and I'm ready to go for the tournament. We all want to put things right. Come on, England! Agent D, I have no interest in England. I'm trying to help people like you and other people who are still into this, who watch this, who enjoy this, who get upset when the team loses, who's excited now for the Euros. All right, so they can go out and get drunk and gamble. All right, and then probably just go home crying, some of them, if England lose. Here's what Anthony Gordon said. Guys, can you hit the like button for me? Hey, Sparkle Eugene. We can use the word rigged. I understand that concept for sure. I think it's black magic. I don't think the players are behind it. I think that's why Satan, from time to time, will tell us that there's match fixing, that there's corruption, all right? Because then it draws you more towards man. When it's the devil. This is black magic. It's the only way that these outcomes could happen, and so perfectly as well. All right? So again, yes, say it's rigged, say it's corrupt and all of that. Satan's okay with you. He's told us FIFA's corrupt. It's been revealed. But Satan is running the show with these outcomes, is the God of this age. All right? Anthony Gordon, it didn't go the way we wanted, but it's the bigger picture. It's great practice for us. That's probably how teams are going to play against us. So the more we play against teams like that and learn to break them down, the better. The fact is, you didn't break them down. This should be... Durrell, thank you so much, brother. I've never had a super chat on my phone. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you. And again, guys, please hit the like button. I've got my brother Durrell sending me a super chat. That'll go towards a nice cold orange juice. Please hit the like, guys. Come on. I've given you a video today about salvation, and now I'm exposing England and trying to lead you away from the idolatry of professional sports. So he's saying it's a good thing that they got beat, that they can learn from it. That ain't a good thing. They got 9 days. They're going to be playing against Serbia, who are probably going to play a back six. So the fact that they couldn't break down Iceland who are ranked 72nd in the world. That's not a good thing. That in reality should be extremely concerning. Shouldn't it? It shouldn't be like, yeah, got to see the biggest picture. This is actually great practice for us. Yeah, and you failed. So what are you going to do in 9 days? Watch a few videos? It's comical. It is sorcery. It's black magic. And then he's going on to say, we had a bit of a lack of quality around the final third. A bit of a lack of quality? You had one shot on target against Iceland at Wembley. On chance of starting England's opening game, this is what Gordon said. I hope so. That's the first time I've kicked a ball really for 4 weeks. 4. So I just wanted to run to go into the tournament feeling fit and feeling fresh. So he's being asked, do you think you're going to start? He's coming out saying, I haven't kicked a ball for 4 weeks. But yeah, I hope I start. He thinks he's going to start, or hopes he's going to start ahead of Saka, who was one of Arsenal's best players this year. He's not kicked a ball for 4 weeks. What did he start in this game for? Do you know what should have happened? Hey, Emmanuel. Hey, Dirk. Here's what should have happened. Hear me out. You can agree with me or deny what I'm saying. This is what I would do as a coach. I would have started my best team today. In the last game before the Euros, I would have started my best team. I would have put them together, the starting 11 that I want against Serbia, and I would have played them, give them the opportunity to play together. I wouldn't have played fringe players who I already probably know are not going to start. If this was real, yeah, exactly, PSG hit the woodwork 6 times against Dortmund, failed to score. Think about what I'm saying here. You got Southgate, if this was all real. You're preparing for the Euros, which is what, every 4 years. Right? You're playing in 9 days. This is your last build-up game. You've got to start your favourite 11. You have to. You don't start a player that hasn't kicked a ball in 4 weeks. You start your best 11 and see how they play together. And if people go, oh, well, that's going to give it away to Serbia. It doesn't give it away. And even if Serbia can watch videos of how you played, the fact is, guys, if it was real, the better team wins. 9 times out of 10. Alright? Serbia can watch all this video and say, well, look, England are playing 4-4-2. It looks like Harry Kane likes to drop deep. Foden likes to get in behind. Alright? They've got pace on the wings. You can watch all of that. Don't mean you can stop it. I can watch videos of how an elite boxer boxes. I ain't going to be able to stop him from knocking me out. Can I get an amen? I can watch the video of how he moves his feet. He's going to knock me out. I don't care how much video I watch. The fact is, England should beat Serbia. And they should be crushing a team like Iceland. Joseph, in my last live stream, I give you a huge shout out. Thank you so much for what you did. Alright? That community post really helped me. I was staying on 11.9 thousand for 3 months. So, guys, please subscribe to Joseph's channel if you don't know who he is. Joseph Aquaviva 2222. He really helped me. And he does amazing work. Adam, in the NBA, when a team is winning by a big margin, why do they stop scoring more points? With a minute to go on the clock, they just start bouncing the ball and literally stop playing in the middle of the court. Well, some of that is to do with sportsmanship. So, for example, if Boston have the ball and they're up by 11 and there's a minute left, they don't have to go hit another 3. All right, they'll wind the clock down. If they have possession of the ball with 26 seconds left and they're up by 9, it's a respect thing. My point is, the other day, Boston were leading by 29 points. They ended up winning the game, but they were winning by 29. And then before you knew it, it was an 8-point game. It was an 8-point game, like that. So that can't happen. And then the commentators were like, yeah, well, Boston lost that energy that they got from the fans. All right. And like Porzingis, he nailed like 18 points in the first half, and he just wasn't missing. The guy who's been injured, all right, and he comes back and he was better than everybody else on the court. He's been injured. So Porzingis, he had 18 points in the first half. Porzingis ended with 20. Now imagine you had like Porzingis to hit his points. I think he was 22.5, Porzingis. And he's got 18 at half time. And he's dominating the game and he's not missing. He got 2 points in the second half. Are you hearing me, guys? Porzingis got 18 points in the first half, the highest scoring player. And we know Boston won by 18 and they're going for the 18th championship. And then 2 points? What happened? What happened? You would go, okay, maybe if he played 15 minutes the first half and 2 in the second half. That's not how it was. He just wasn't making shots. And also Luka, I think Luka's point spread was 32. And he had 30 points and he got taken out with 6 minutes left or something because the game was done. So again, if you bet on Luka, you're laughing for the majority of the game. And then he missed so many free throws, guys. So again, remember bettors, they'll look back and go, if he only made those free throws. That's why sometimes players that miss free throws, if you notice, they laugh. Can somebody give me a woo? They laugh. I feel like a lot of them know what they're doing. I think they know there's black magic. They know that Baal worship's involved and Satan's involved. And they know that and rituals. And Luka will laugh. And then he got taken out. So he didn't hit his points. All right? He didn't hit his points. Although with like 7 minutes left, he was on 30. You see what they do? Satan. So we need Apple Pay. I don't have any of that. I do appreciate people who do donate and support what I do because it really is exhausting. But it's worth it. We can say it's magnetic ball and rim. That could be part of it. But for me, it's ultimately black magic. I don't think there is a guy operating the rim, turning it on and off. Think about hockey and stuff. Or like snooker. We can say it's all magnetic. Golf. Say it's all magnetic. I think it's way deeper than that. All right. So imagine paying all that money to go watch England. And the fans are like, it's not ideal preparation at all, but it's all going to be quickly forgotten if England beats Serbia in 9 days' time. All right? So, and I also believe that if England win the Euros, all the people waiting for that to be like the crowning moment in their life, they're going to realise that it don't mean a lot. Can somebody give me an amen? If England do win this Euros in Germany, all right, and Kane wins his first trophy, you're going to have this empty feeling. You're going to have that moment of, what does this actually mean? Guys, somebody give me a woo in the chat. Harry Kane lifts the trophy, all right, kisses it, and then you have that 24 hours of being, yay, and then what? You go back to your 9 to 5 job. Let's just be real. So remember when I was a kid, I said like my dream is to play for England or witness England win the World Cup. You look at these guys getting caps for England now, they're miserable. I saw an interview the other day. That Cobby didn't smile. He was given his cap, you know, the England cap. Gordon, none of them were smiling. Not one of them. So this is just outrageous. Why do they use the word void in betting? I don't know. Void just means you get your money back. So for example, if you bet on a horse in horse racing and your horse doesn't start the race, you get your money back. But if it did start and it fell, you don't get your money back. So a void is just where you get your money back for your bet. Like if you bet on, for example, if you bet on today, you bet on Ollie Watkins to score, but he didn't play a minute, that bet would be void. And do you know what else I think they're going to do here? Give me a woo if you agree with this. Tell me if you agree with this. I want at least 3 woos in the chat. And again, guys, please hit the like button. I'm going to ask you this question. Because there's psychology to all of this. Like I said, I'm baffled that England lost. I think it's the only pick I've got wrong this week. I am baffled, but the only way you lost money if you bet in play, which I'm sure some of you did, and I probably would have done, to be honest with you. But do you know what they're going to do now? Who wasn't playing? They are going to absolutely glorify Jude Bellingham. Can I get a woo? When England beat Serbia, which they probably will, they are going to reflect on this game and go, that showed you how important Jude Bellingham is to this England team, aren't they? That's why he won't playing. Jude's going to be there on 6-8. He's going to be with the team on 6-8, all war. That's why he played in Germany. 68, all World War, 68 dating GPR. That's when they began. Hitler died a span of exactly 68 months after World War II began. All right? Pep just became 6-8 in Premier League titles. He coached in Germany. He won the 68th edition of the European Cup with a 68th minute winning goal. Okay? So they're going to talk about how England missed Bellingham and what a difference Bellingham makes. I think this is going to help Saka. All right? Because he didn't start. There'll be England fans saying, Saka brings a little bit more quality, doesn't he? All right. Other people now might be saying, if we had Grealish, there's all this waste of time. But I'll tell you what they're going to say. Just watch when it goes to the game and they talk about England's build-up and they talk about that loss. Watch one of these muppets say, yeah, but they didn't have Jude Bellingham, did they? They didn't have Jude Bellingham. Judy Woody. Okay, he's the heartbeat of England. Someone like Micah Richards. He's the heartbeat of England. That's what they'll do. It's like, guys, look who you played against. Iceland wouldn't win League One. Yeah, Ezzy. Chuck, can you tell me Ezzy's 9/11 sinks? God bless you, brother. Yeah, I told you the Stanley Cup begins on 6-8. Who's winning the Euros? I have no idea. I'm going game by game at the Euros and I'll dominate it. Well, I dominated Euro 2020. I dominated the World Cup. I don't know who's winning it. I'll tell you the odds for England are scandalous. Just because the favourites don't mean they win. Often the favourite doesn't win. I'm not saying England win. I think their riddle's great, but I think it's blatant. And if they win, I hope to expose it. But it doesn't make any sense that they're the favourite. Does it? You all know that. Can you all agree? Every single one of you know that England shouldn't be favourite. All of you. Not one of you will be able to say, yeah, it makes sense. There won't be one of you. However deluded you are or want to try and anger me, not one of you can say England should be favourites for the Euros. They weren't even favourite for the Euro 2020 when they were the host nation. They weren't the favourite. Okay? France were. Adam, why was Guardiola at the Celtics game? I told you. I told you. Pep connects to war, he connects to revelation, he connects to number 42. Guys, are we going to ping that like button or not? After this gold I give you, Guardiola was at the Boston Celtics game. He is the GOAT, correct? The GOAT of coaching. That's what he's known as. Alright? Now, Guardiola was born 18-1. 42nd prime. 42nd prime. We know that Real Madrid just won the Champions League final. The captain was born on 18-1. 19 years after Guardiola. And Madrid ended on 42 season wins when they won the Champions League. Now, Boston won game one. The opening bucket was scored by number 42, Al Horford, who was in my code. Alright. And Dallas, they ended the half with 42 points. So Pep was there just for the code. Boston connect to revelation, the green, the four horsemen. The fourth horseman is death. So that's why he was there. And wait a second. Let me see if I can find something. The more I look at Pep Guardiola, the more feminine he is. Right? Once you start seeing it and you have a little bit of discernment, right? It's supposedly this strong leader. Pep Guardiola's super feminine. Alright? They're feminine. Ronaldo, Messi, Foden, Bellingham, they're super feminine. Alright? So yeah, why was he there? People will just say, oh, it's the off season. He likes basketball. Well, why is he a Boston fan? Alright? You know, I've told you. Give me a woo if you've heard me say this. Manchester City connect to Kansas City Chiefs. Give me a woo if you've read my books or been on my website and seen my codes that Man City connect to the Chiefs. Like, unbelievably. In gematria, in the code, in the numbers, in the history, especially the recent history, they connect massively. Alright? Like you won't believe. Now, look at this headline I've just found. I agree, Chuck. Look. Pep Guardiola takes on Patrick Mahomes and becomes a Boston Celtics fan in the NBA Finals. Mahomes, the Chiefs quarterback. Alright? Manchester City coach Pep Guardiola enjoyed the first game of the NBA Finals between the Boston Celtics and Dallas Mavericks on Thursday in Boston. Alright? He's chatting with Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla because they're all in it together at this level. Look at this. The two coaches then posed a picture of Mazzulla in a light blue Manchester City jersey with the number 21, while Guardiola wore a green Boston Celtics jersey with a number 4. Guys, I told you that the fourth horseman of Revelation rides a green horse. He's wearing number 4. Boston coach 21. This is the Queen's birthday. 21-4. It's the Queen's birthday. 21st of April. Remember, Man City won the treble on the Queen's husband's birthday. Prince Philip. Oh my word. So he's saying he was there because he could learn. I think the things that lead to success are the same. You're in locker rooms, no matter what sport it is, or even when you're in a company and everybody says the same thing, the Boston coach said. Toughness, unity, connection, the mentality you bring. It's the same thing. It's a matter of just getting the right group of people in the right place and then trying to feed that mentality every day. You can learn from anything and everything. You try to be as open-minded as you can, he added. What's he going on about? Alright? What's he going on about? Just a joke. Look, Stones was taken off as a precaution. No, Stones was taken off by the numbers. John Stones is okay and was taken off at half-time for England as a precaution. No, he got took off because of the code. Didn't he? Why will Swiatek win the French Open? Much love. What makes you say that? Yeah, Holiday is number 4. Remember, the UK is going to vote in its Prime Minister on 7/4, which is USA's holiday, Independence Day. The NBA season began on number 7, Jaylen Brown's birthday. 7's the 4th prime. Him and Holiday have a really good connection on the court. Not because of Joe Mazzulla, because of the numbers. Who are the 3 best European players in the NBA? I'm not necessarily know if Southgate knows. Or if he's just being used. I don't know. I think man's being used, the likes of Southgate. Southgate, hell. The gates of hell. You go south, don't you? You go... So, tell me who the 3 best European players are in the NBA. You don't have to put the full name. In your opinion, who are the 3 best European players currently in the NBA? All right, Luka, Jokic, and Giannis. Agent D, can you tell me the jersey numbers? What's the jersey numbers? Anybody, who's the first one? Tell me the jersey numbers of those 3 players. And you'll see why jersey numbers are so important. Why I told you Phil Foden would win the PFA Player of the Year before the season began. Because he's number 47. The year that the US votes in its 47th US president. Alright, thank you, RK Hershey. Now anybody who's good at math or has a calculator, add up those numbers. Luka, 77, Jokic, 15, Giannis, 34. Add up those 3 numbers. I sometimes do this not to talk down to you, it's so you can see it and see it for yourself, not just me say it. Add up those numbers. 126. What date did Kobe Bryant die? What date did Kobe die? You all know this one. When did Kobe Bryant die? Nope. 824 was his jersey numbers. It's Kobe Bryant Day. Iga Swiatek will be 23 years, 8 days tomorrow. Wow. Kobe's birthday. Cheers, Chuck. Kobe Bryant died 126. The best 3 European players since he died, their jersey numbers combined to 126. Can you hit that like button for that? Come on, guys. Come on. It's their numbers. It's their numbers. And Jokic and Luka, they connect to war. You had the 10-day war with Slovakia. You had a Serbian shooting Franz Ferdinand, which triggered World War I. You got Greece, the Greek freak, because that's all revelation, and Napoleon is Greek. And they all become unbelievable when Kobe dies. Jokic was the 41st pick. Kobe died at age 41. He got taken out of his last ever game with 4.1 seconds left. See how Dallas got to the NBA Finals by winning 4-1? And they've retired that jersey, Nowitzki's jersey, who was friends with Kobe. And Dallas equals 41. So, I'm trying, guys. It's hard sometimes to be on top of everything and be motivated all the time to to code everything under the sun and try to get everything right and respond to everybody's comments. But isn't it strange how Boston have 17 championships the year that we're going to have the 17th edition of the Euros, which begins on Trump's birthday, and Joe Biden's Secret Service name is Celtic. Adam, they say that Guardiola is the tactic innovator. You know what they call him? The master of triangles. We know that Illuminati pyramid. We know he coached in Bavaria, where the Illuminati were founded. He's the master of the triangles. Because when you look at sports, there's so much sacred geometry. Yeah, I got 12,000 because of Joseph. Thank you, Luke Valentine. I was on 11.9 for 3 months. Joseph did a post. He has a bigger following than me. And I must have had at least 60 people subscribe. Because they trust Joseph. So they support him, so they'll support me. So I'm hoping some of you are new to this. Yeah, Boston had 107 points. JFK just turned 107. He was born in Boston, died in Dallas. I said he was part of the code before this. And Israel was attacked by Hamas on 10/7. USA invaded Afghanistan on 10/7. We're at a point, guys, where Afghanistan could beat England at Wembley. And the average England fan would let it be. Do you agree? Yeah, Dallas do wear green in hockey. They got knocked out. I didn't think 2 Dallas teams were going to the finals. I've just put my Stanley Cup final on the website if you want to subscribe, if you're into hockey. I don't say it's majorly deep, but I think sometimes you can overdo it with statistics. Can I get a woo? Sometimes I do codes, I'm so in depth and I'll find everything. I go coaches' records, head-to-head records, coaches' record against the other coach, players' records, playoff records, head-to-head records, date numerology, everything under the sun. And sometimes something just hits me like a bullet in the head. I'm like, okay, I'm rolling with that. I'm not overdoing this. And again, that's why I was like, Dallas Stars won't get there, and they didn't. The Oilers beat them, didn't they? And the Panthers are the favourites. Just the thing with hockey, something about hockey, one of the positives of coding that sport is you hardly ever get a big favourite. Can I get one more woo? One of the positives of hockey, you hardly ever get a big favourite. Now in football, you get tons of big favourites. England were like 1 to 10 today. NBA, you get massive favourites. But hockey, you rarely do. Baseball, you rarely do, to be fair. But I've done my Stanley Cup code. And again, good luck, whatever you do. I want you guys to win money. I want you to learn. I want you to build your faith in the Word of God. All sorts of things. I ain't going to please everybody all the time. But nobody knows if it's the last Euros. I think it is. The 17th edition, if you read Revelation 17 and what that's all about. And the World Cup was the 22nd edition. That's all about Revelation. So 22 chapters. I think a war's come in. I think it's the final war, and then I think Jesus Christ returns. You might not agree with that, and that's fine. So yeah, I think it's the last Euros. And it being in Germany starting on Trump's birthday, 7 trumpets. Do you have to win? Do you have to play in 7 games to win the Euros? I know that's the case at the World Cup. You have to play in 7 games. You don't have to win 7. You have to play in 7. Notice number 10 played in 7 games at the World Cup. Scored 7 goals 7 days before Christmas. I'm a hockey expert. Oilers won in shots and goal, and last game was 36 for Dallas and 10 for the Oilers. Wow. Last Olympics in France. Oh my word. Yeah, I think we're just coming to the end of the world, to be honest. Didn't Hungary beat England twice? I'm not sure, but I'm actually pretty hungry right now. Chuck, I'll be intrigued to see that Olympic ceremony in France. If you look at the recent ones. Adam, you look knackered. I am. Have I been coaching today? No. I am knackered. To be honest with you. Today, I'm tired. You know, I'm a human being. I'm weak. You know what I mean? I need some food right now. I'm hungry. I didn't expect to do this stream. I really didn't think England would lose. I wouldn't have streamed anything if they won. There'd have been no purpose to it. But England losing should be an eye-opener for some of you sitting on the fence. Can't wait for your codes on the Euros. Thank you. I think they're going to be wild. I think they're going to be really, really good. But we'll see. Maybe I suck, but it don't make sense if I suck. I don't. But maybe I will. Who knows? I'll still get to the bottom of it. I'll still expose it. Guys, I want you to start asking questions. If I'm doing that, I think I'm doing my job right. If by the end of my stream you're rethinking your outlook on life, I think I'm doing my job right. I'm not trying to be a savior. I'm trying to make you question things. Now, if you leave my stream and you're not questioning anything, I don't think I'm doing a good job. England will get beaten in the round of 16. I don't know. That's just a guess. That's just proof sports are coded. A team can outshoot an opponent 100-1 and lose. Yeah, remember when was it? Finland beat Denmark at the Euros. Denmark had 22 shots. Finland had 1. And they won 1-0. And then the media said it's all about taking your chances. They justify it. And you let them. And when I say you, I'm talking... guys, I don't mean you in the chat. I sometimes do that. I'm talking about the world when I say you. Not you, guys. Don't take it personal. The media justify these upsets or these comebacks. They justify it. And then we do. We find a way of justifying it. And even glorifying it. What a comeback. Wow. How did Liverpool come back from 3-0 down to AC Milan? What did Rafa Benitez say to them? Wow. What a coach. What a leader, Steven Gerrard. Well, where were they in the first half? So they'll justify it. They want to believe it. They want to believe it, but they don't want to believe in Jesus. But they want to believe in these miracles. Now again, if you're from Iceland and you just beat England, I'm sure you have a little bit of national pride, which we know is a sin. Can I get a woo? How many times do they promote national pride? And pride is frowned upon by God. That's why you have your national anthems and things like that. People have their flags, waving their flags. That's idolatry and it's pride. So if you're from Iceland, you just beat England in a friendly. Guys, who gives a shit? Who cares? What you're going to forget about it tomorrow? What are you going to do? Message your friend online from England saying, we just beat you. Okay, and we're going to play at the Euros. What are you doing? It's just a waste of time. And again, if you won money, say you bet on Iceland and you got them at whatever silly odds they were and you won, and maybe you just won £80, where's that going to be next week? Where's that going to be next week? In a slot machine? You're going to spend it at the bar? Where's it going to be? So you get that little thrill, which we all do. I got those thrills as a fan, as a gambler. They don't last. Can I get an amen? They don't last. There's very little substance to them. YouTube's taking likes off me. Or maybe I just hurt somebody's feelings. There's very little substance to it. Now, I'm not saying don't do it. Don't watch sports. Don't have a little flutter.
But don't do it to try and fulfill you, because it's not lasting. The word of God is. That's everlasting, stands the test of time. So again, just think about what you're putting your energy into, your attention. If you're coding, why do you code? I do it for multiple reasons. Lead people to God. It's my job. It makes an income for me. I want people to see through the illusion. I want to lead them from idolatry. I know why I code. It used to be just to win money. Absolutely was that reason. People acting like they're part of the team or think they're cheering decides the outcome. That's why they always have to emphasize that the fans are the 12th man. Guys, you can think you are, but you're not. The team that wins is because of the code. But we don't always get the code right. But most of the time, I do, over 4 years. I've not done this for 4 weeks, for 4 years. So you can keep cheering, that makes a difference. Now, in everyday life, I think it can. I think you can cheer people and support them and give them confidence in everyday life. I think at this level of black magic and Satanism, you can cheer as much as you can pay your £50 and then pay £70 for a shirt, go drive and spend your gas to the stadium, buy yourself a few beers for £8, alright, maybe put a bet on, likely lose like nearly everyone who gambles because they don't know the code, watch your team get beat, go home angry, and then do it all next week hoping for a different result. Adam, we care more about Bellingham than our friends and family. Some people do. But yeah, I used to do it. We won. What do you mean we won? When I was a Man United fan, we won, guys, we won. I didn't win shit. I was just played along for the ride. I didn't win anything. They do it a lot in wrestling. That's why a lot of the wrestlers will glorify the fans. It's a trap. Cody needed to finish the story. And if it wasn't for the fans, that wouldn't be the case. So Cody's like, yeah, I wouldn't be at WrestleMania if it wasn't for the fans. No, you're there because of the code, because you're the American nightmare, because the US is about to collapse. And I've coded every number Cody Rhodes. The road to hell. Alright, I've coded all the numbers. It wasn't anything to do with the fans. Alright? The reason you went from a mid-carder to the world champion is because of the code. Can I get a woo? Alright? It wasn't anything to do with the fans. Alright? Or storylines and this, that and the other. Satan runs WWE. Not Vince McMahon, not Triple H, not stakeholders. Alright? The devil determines it. Okay? Cody needs to finish the story. Yeah, the American nightmare whilst the America's collapsing and all the fans in America cheering for the American nightmare. They don't know what they're doing. Adam, my uncle does parlays, always put big teams, winning. He bets £8 to win £5,000, always loses. I'll never come to terms with that. The people that bet £5 to win £5,000 and then get angry when they lose. It's like, wait, you're betting a fiver to try and win £5,000. That's how a lot of these bookies make their money, is clueless gamblers who don't have a lot of money doing massive parlays and losing. If you add that up over England, for every person that's betting £10, £15 on those 8-teamers, you add that up, 365 days a year. All these cities which you're surrounded, like most city centres now, they're either bookmakers or charity shops or selling vapes. I think I'm going to have to go. All right, I'll answer that question. Again, this is opinion. If the players are unaware of the code, I think some of them are, not all of them, and you went to one and told them you will blow a 0-3 lead, do you think they will still blow a 0-3 lead no matter how hard they try not to? Yeah. I don't think they have a say. I think in match fixing you have a say. If somebody tries to bribe you, you have a say, yeah? I'll give you 100 grand if you throw this fight. So I have a choice now. All right, am I going to choose the money? Or am I going to turn it down and fight and hope to win? When it comes to the code, that's not what it is. There's not a group of people bribing people. Like, it's way bigger than money. Okay, and it's too perfect. It's too perfect, day in, day out. Yeah? So, I don't think they get into the changing room and they're like, boys, I know we're winning 3-0 and cruising, but I've just been sent an email and we're actually losing this second half. 4-0. We're actually losing. We're going to lose the game. What do you mean, Gaffer? Ah, yeah, I got an email. Sorry. Hopefully we win the next game. No, it's not like that. England women's have a player called Maya Letitia, also from Guernsey. Oh my word, are you serious? Probably related to him. I'll have to ask him. Yeah, it's got to be a relation there. How many people are from Guernsey in the first place? And how many people's last name's Letitia? I'll have to look into that. Cheers, Chuck. I had no idea. I don't focus on women's sports. Right. I have to go. Wow, I've done 77 minutes. Please hit the like, guys, all of you. Every single one of you who haven't done that. If you want me to keep streaming constantly for you, please do me that favour. Because I am tired now. And I just know there's probably next to nobody else online trying to expose that England game. They might be making jokes out of it and things like that, but I mean really exposing it, really making you think. I don't think there's many. There might be people berating England and angry as fans and Southgate out. Again, that ain't helping anybody. I'm talking about having you really question, what is this? What is this bread and circus that I've given so much of my life to? And every time I ask for likes, I lose them. So screw you, YouTube. Screw you, Satan. God wins. Alright, God bless you all for watching. I know the ones that are loyal, who appreciate what I do, who actually have discernment and care about what I do. And again, Durell, thanks for the super chat, bro. I'm going to check your phone now. And the 175 messages that have been sent by other people. Woo! Should I go for a swim? Maybe I should go for a swim. And then, guys, I'm going to get back to reading this. Woo, woo, woo. And you know it. Woo! Cheers, guys. Much love. And I'll speak to you in the near future, okay? Bye-bye.